Today on Libertas video, we continue making our modern assassin gauntlet. Welcome to Libertas Video, the channel dedicated to encouraging, entertaining, and inspiring you through costume and prop builds and reviews. Now, everything that we're going to be using in this video to create this gauntlet will be linked in the description below. Of course, those will be affiliate links, so if you use them, it will help us out at no additional cost to you. Additionally, you can always reach out to us on Instagram and Facebook at Libertas Video. Now, in the previous video, we started off this entire project by creating the template off of our arm, then cutting it out of 2mm foam and sandwiching it in between worbla to create the generic shape of our gauntlet. Now, in this video, we're going to be continuing this process by painting the gauntlet to get it looking nice and good. So to continue this project, I started off by trying to add a carbon fiber vinyl to the worbla. Unfortunately, it turns out that the worbla just has too much texture to allow vinyl to stick to it properly. So I had to peel it all off, and then I decided that I was going to seal the worbla. Now, this is something that you can do to get it nice and smooth in order to paint it, so I figured I would try that as well. I use this product called Flex Bond, which is one of its purposes is to seal worbla. At least people found that to be the case. And so I did the recommended 2 coats. You do 1 thick coat, and then you water it down a little bit and then apply the Flex Bond to the worbla again, and you get this nice smooth coverage. So with it nice and smooth, I tried to attach the carbon fiber vinyl again, and although it stuck a little bit better, unfortunately it just wasn't good enough. I was trying to tape it down to the back, and just turned out that more and more of the vinyl was peeling over time. So even the vinyl piping that I had done, which is an automotive red stripe that I was putting the accent on, that was peeling off the carbon fiber vinyl because the carbon fiber texture was too rough as well. So it all ended up being just not working out very well. And unfortunately, when I pulled the carbon fiber vinyl off, it ripped off all the sealing that I had placed on there. So if you're going to be sealing this worbla as well, I would recommend doing 4 coats. I did some more research on that afterwards and found that that was a better application. So once again, resealed the worbla and got it to a point where I could start painting it. I am painting it with this black heavy-bodied acrylic paint. Great thing about heavy-bodied paints is that you get really fast coverage. So in 1 pass I can get basically the entire gauntlet painted, but I went for 2 just to have that nice consistent coating. I then waited for it to dry, and although I knew that the vinyl wasn't going to stick very well, I do have this privacy vinyl that I used on my Iron Man helmet for the eyes. And what's nice about that is it has these little holes on the inside of the vinyl. So what I did is I overlaid it on top of my painting and taped it to the back end of the gauntlet just to make sure that everything stuck down properly. I then mixed up some heavy-bodied silver with a small amount of regular black acrylic paint to get it just a little bit darker silver paint, and then I painted that on top of the privacy vinyl, basically creating that perfect pattern of little dots. So then I pulled it right on off even before the paint was dry and could see that I have these really cool intricate dots that they're not necessarily carbon fiber, but it gives it that modern feel. So I really like how this turned out. It was definitely something new for me, and I think it's a really cool application. The downside is, because the vinyl does like to peel up, is that anywhere that it had kind of bubbled up or peeled up off of just laying straight flat on the gauntlet, the paint kind of pooled up there, and so it just didn't come off very good. So what I did with that is I created that as being the places where the gauntlet is going to be weathered or have some battle damage on it. I then decided I wanted to have some edge details. Now, the red vinyl, of course, wasn't going to work. So what I did is I took a similar approach with that silver, the darkened silver paint that I had mixed up, and I used a sponge brush. I used it as a nice hard edge to keep a consistent spacing off the edge of the gauntlet and kind of paint it around on these certain segments. Once that was dry, I went back over that same area with a metallic red paint, similar to what I had used on my Iron Man helmet once again, and painted that on top. And I think it's got this really cool iridescent quality to it that just pops the paint off of there. It's a little less of that orangey red, more of a blue hued red, but I think it really is cool for this modern gauntlet.
And that's gonna do it for this particular video. In the next video, we will be adding on the additional bits to pull this entire gauntlet together and make it nice and functional. So if you're not already subscribed to this channel, go ahead and hit that subscription button and the notification bell to make sure you stay up to date with this entire build. Of course, all the resources that we've been using throughout this entire video will be linked in the description below. As always, you can connect with us on Instagram and Facebook at Libertas Video. And if you found this video useful, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button so other people can find it as well. That's gonna do it for us here. We'll see you on the next Libertas video.